Welcome to WatchMinded, the channel where we don't just look at watches, we build them. Today my goal is to build a watch using some of the most expensive AliExpress watch parts I could find, all based on the Seiko NH35 movement. Make yourself comfortable and stick around until the end. Let's see if the final result is actually worth it. So, how did I come up with this idea? When I was looking for parts for my previous builds, I kept noticing that among all the regular cases and dials, there were always a few that cost several times more than usual. And my reaction was, what the heck? That's the moment when we all ask ourselves if the more expensive option is really worth it. Groceries, clothes, cars, anything. It's that familiar tension between value and cost, curiosity and caution. So, at the end of the year, I decided to make a gift to myself, to finally buy those pricey parts and build my most expensive Seiko mod yet. And at the end of this video, we'll break down the cost of every component and the full build. By the way, all links to the watch parts and tools are in the description. First, the case and bracelet. I wanted something elegant, clean and balanced, no rotating bezel, no extra hands, just simplicity done well. The case and bracelet I chose have a Grand Seiko-inspired aesthetic, refined, precise, and beautifully finished. It costs around 3 times more than the usual oyster-style cases I used before. The case has sharp, well-defined lines with a mix of polished and brushed surfaces that catch light perfectly and highlight those crisp transitions you expect from high-end finishing. The bracelet feels solid and well-machined, with a classic 3-link layout that balances sportiness and elegance. Everything about it feels thoughtfully designed. The case measures 38 millimeters across. Lug to lug is 45 millimeters. And thickness, 12 millimeters. For me, that sizing is perfect, and honestly, one of the main reasons I chose it. Then comes the dial, made of carbon fiber. This one cost me about 5 times more than I usually pay. The layered weave pattern looks dynamic and deep, especially when light moves across it. The gold flakes add warmth and contrast, turning the dial from something purely sporty into something far more luxurious and expressive. It's that rare combination where raw material meets refinement, a modern take on elegance. My guess is that these dials are made from chopped carbon fiber mixed with epoxy and pigment. And every dial has a slightly different weave pattern, making each one unique. That's what I loved about it. It's not just another dial, it's craftsmanship in miniature. I chose the version without loom on the dial. These minimalist hour markers were exactly the look I wanted. But if you prefer loom, there are some beautiful options out there too. For the hands, I decided to stay classic, simple baton style with blue loom. Nothing fancy, but they add just the right amount of color contrast against the dark carbon fiber dial. This time, simplicity wins. In this build, we're using the Seiko NH35 movement. It delivers around 41 hours of power reserve, runs at an accuracy of -20 to +40 seconds per day, and supports both hacking and hand-winding reliable, affordable, easy to service. It's hard to beat. Now, let's build. I'll go through the steps quickly here. If you want a detailed breakdown, check out my step-by-step guide to building your own DIY watch, linked on the channel. First up, preparing the dial. Every dial has small pegs on the back. They're called dial feet. Movements usually have 2 peg holes, but some dial makers add extra pegs, so the same dial can fit multiple movements. In those cases, you need to cut off the extras. This dial has 4 feet, so we need to remove 2. I carefully clipped off the extra ones, filed the bumps smooth, and cleaned everything off camera to avoid getting any metal dust near the movement. Then I align the remaining feet with the holes, place the dial on the movement, and check that it sits flush. Even the smallest gap can cause problems, like the hands catching on the hour markers. Next up, let's find the midnight position. Rotate the crown until the date flips. That's your reference for midnight. Now we can install the hands so that they all point exactly at 12 o'clock. The process requires concentration but is pretty straightforward. Hour hand first, then the minute hand, and finally the seconds. I hold each one with tweezers, then press it down with a plastic hand press tool. You can use Rodico to hold the hands if you prefer. I like to work with tweezers. Everything went smoothly. After the hands are installed, I check that they rotate cleanly and don't touch each other. Next, it's time to case the movement. To remove the crown, I press the release lever while the movement is running, then pull it out. Don't forget, the lever is only visible when the watch is ticking. Then I unscrew the case back. Now I put the movement into the case. Align it precisely and insert the supplied stem. In most cases, the stem will be a bit too long. Just trim it to the right length. And don't forget to lubricate the caseback gasket to maintain water resistance. Then go ahead and screw the case back down. Before we jump to the final result, if you're looking for affordable watch storage boxes, travel cases, strap organizers, and other accessories or gift ideas, I've made a separate video where I show some great options that don't cost much, but really elevate your watch collecting experience. Feel free to check it out after this build. And here it is, my most expensive Seiko mod, a perfect daily watch, or something to wear on occasions when you want your wrist to look serious. To complete the look, let's attach the bracelet and see the watch in its full form. As usually, I send a picture of the watch to ChatGPT and asked his opinion about it. Mr. GPT, please tell me what you think about this watch. And this is what I get.
This is a beautiful watch, and it communicates a very specific personality. It feels modern, elegant, and quietly luxurious. The carbon fiber dial with its gold accents gives it character, while the clean baton hands and refined case keep everything balanced and understated. It's the kind of watch you can wear every day, but it still feels special. Perfect for someone who appreciates fine details without wanting anything flashy. Simple, expressive, and surprisingly versatile.
And now, let's see how different straps suit this watch. The leather strap goes first. It has quick release connection that I like very much. You don't need a tool to connect it. With a black leather strap, this watch takes on a completely different character. The leather softens it and makes it feel more refined. The matte black strap pairs beautifully with the carbon dial, creating a cohesive look where the gold accents stand out even more. It becomes a watch that's elegant, understated, and easy to wear for business casual or evening settings. And now, let's try the brown leather strap with a butterfly clasp. With a brown leather strap, the watch takes on a warmer and more classic character. The brown tones bring out the gold accents in the carbon dial, giving the whole piece a richer and slightly vintage feel. Compared to the black strap, this combination feels less formal and more relaxed. Something you could wear with casual outfits, sweaters, denim, or anything earthy and textured. The strap softens the sharpness of the polished case and adds a bit of personality without overwhelming the dial. Overall, it becomes a stylish, everyday-friendly watch with a touch of old-school charm. And now comes the tweed-style watch strap. In the listing, it was said that it is made of leather, nylon, and tweed. It looks and feels nice and has a quick release, which is a plus. With a tweed-style strap, the watch suddenly takes on a completely different personality. Warm, textured, and almost seasonal. The soft, earthy fabric contrasts beautifully with the sharp, polished case and the carbon dial, creating a look that feels cozy and expressive at the same time. This combination gives the watch a relaxed, vintage-inspired charm, perfect for autumn and winter outfits, sweaters, jackets, or anything with a bit of texture. It's not the most formal option, but it adds character and turns the watch into a stylish, casual statement piece. Let's break down the budget. Case, $115, and that includes the bracelet. In the description below, I will add another case that looks like this, but cheaper. Dial, $57. Hands, $6. Movement, Seiko NH35, $52. That brings the total cost $230. Does it worth the price? Please let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching Watch Minded. Hit the like button and subscribe for more builds. I'll see you in the next one.